It's playtime with the Sleepy Boys.
In the same vein, because of everything that's going on in the world with the coronavirus and everything,
Coronavirus.
well, the coronavirus, they have stopped production on any future potential, like future for both the Super Sentai and the Kamen Rider series, which both are done primarily in Japan. Kamen Rider's like been going since like the 70s, pretty much unbroken.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, that's like, well, I mean, they both have. That's like huge news because that's like, that's their shows, you know?
Yeah.
It like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider are as much part of, you know, Japan's, you know, culture as, you know, hentai and tentacles are.
I wouldn't
I
have
went
made
there.
that association.
I went
I would
there.
have said more just because I feel like Japan is more in touch with their creative side. And
Hey, they get really creative with all their porns and stuff, and I love it.
I
Love
was
every
just
second of
saying,
it.
like, incorporating, like, Hello Kitty and stuff into, like, public announcements. But, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. No, my bad.
Not everything is hentai and tentacles.
It is in this household. Yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of a huge shock for me because I did not expect it. But
Well,
I mean,
these are unprecedented times.
yeah.
It's going to take things a little while to get back to normal, but it'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually. Like I have no doubt about that.
It is going to be very interesting to see kind of what so many different angles, so many different areas that things are going to change. But it is going to be very interesting seeing kind of what the film industry is going to be like.
I am
Once this is
so excited to see. Like I was reading this article. The title of the article was "How Trolls World Tour Ruined the movie theater industry," and I was like,
oh yeah, because they Universal and AMC got into a huge back and forth.
yeah. And like I was like, okay, so it was such a bad movie that it flopped so bad
No.
that like movie theaters are done. And I read the article. I was like, holy shit, this movie made so much more money at an at-home release than it would have.
It
in
made
theaters.
so much more money than it would have.
And it's crazy. And I'm like,
Not saying that the movie was going to make a lot of money anyways for it being an animated kids movie. Kids movies always.
right, Trolls.
But there's a certain threshold that you expect it to make. And then what ended up happening with Trolls World Tour, I mean, in all honesty, if you have a kids movie right now, or like, I'm also going to be very interested in seeing kind of what the numbers are for the new Scooby-Doo movie that just came out.
I have heard so many funny things about that movie in particular.
But I've heard so many good things about it too.
See, I've heard a mix of good and bad on that. Yeah.
I totally want to see it.
My
Also, because the
favorite
animation looks good.
My favorite thing that I've seen so far is apparently, so there's this very attractive female cop character on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I don't want to spoil. I'm gonna spoil it. Can I spoil it?
No, it hasn't.
Aw.
Well, I don't know when this is going to come out.
That's
But-
fair. I'm gonna spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it for me. I want to watch it.
It's so okay. Just keep in mind the female cop character, and when you get all horny for her, just keep that in mind.
Okay.
You're gonna
I'll
get
try
so
to keep
horny
that in
for her.
mind. Oh boy.
Anyway,
But so it is like really the perfect timing if you have a kids movie right now.
oh no shit,
Because
yeah.
you've got kids just now granted right now states are reopening and stuff and people are going out, but you know, even still, like, kids aren't in school still.
Well, and
Kids
they're
are
about to be
mostly-
summertime, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly everyone's at home still. If you're being smart and responsible.
Yeah, but who does that anymore?
Right, exactly. So with World Tour, I mean, you just had tons of families just sheltered in place, and then like this, like, oh God, God damn it, we gotta find something to keep these kids quiet for a little bit.
Mommy,
I guess I'll just.
I want to watch Trolls World Tour, Mommy. Bobby, I want to watch the Trolls World Tour.
I don't know why that voice is making me think of Chucky's dad from Rugrats.
But yeah, no, I feel you. No, like I was shocked. Like I've never actually seen the Trolls movie all the way through. I started it when I was like a year ago. I sat down. I was like, let's watch Trolls. Let's just see how it actually is. I got about 3 minutes in, and I was like, this is trash.
I will say that it's not good.
I wanted
until you start getting to. I mean, you have to get halfway through the movie before it like gets good. I mean, the animation was great.
Yeah, the animation.
The art design was good. Everything looks great. Jasmine loves it because she loves the music from it. But even she's like, this movie is not good until halfway through, and like, you know.
Like my niece loves watching the Christmas one that they did, like or whatever you want,
holiday special.
I guess you can't even call it Christmas since Christmas isn't mentioned at all. But we watched it when we road tripped from Salt Lake to San Diego. She watched it like 8 times on the car ride. So it's only like a 30-minute long video, right?
Yeah.
So she watched it on loop, and like I'm looking over and I'm just seeing this vomit of glitter and bright colors and this big fucking blue troll that just looks like he's brain dead, like absolutely brain dead. And the only time I ever see him, he's just like, it looks like he's just dumb laughing. And I'm like, why the fuck are you watching this?
I mean, you know, it's one of those things. It's tough to, I don't know, because think about like all the things that we watched.
You mean good cartoons? We watched Rugrats.
That's subjective.
It's not subjective. If you look at the numbers, we watched the shit out of Rugrats. We watched Muppet Babies. We watched shows that had some kind of semblance of a story that weren't just bright colors and flashy songs.
Yes, but that's not how our parents saw it.
Our I'm not even going to get into my daddy issues.
My parents hated that I watched like Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Well, I get that one. I can see why they would despise Ed, Edd and Eddy.
My aunt vehemently hated the Rugrats because of Angelica, and she would not let her kids watch the show because she was terrified that they were going to end up being cruel and mean like she was.
Well, as long as you're not an only child, like, you'll be fine.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say as someone who's not an only child.
Yeah. I was kind of almost an only child. All my siblings are so much older than I was. And then, you know, my sister's 8 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I was basically an only child for the first 8 magical years of my life.
That's more than I had. I had like 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah. I remember your sister.
Sisters.
Well, I know you've got plural, but like, I only remember one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's a story for another time.
I don't think we should get into that. We should just cut that.
We're gonna get so far into that.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah. Also, apparently, so they've made some announcements for some updates for the like the next patch for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know if you give a rat's ass about that, but I do.
I mean, I haven't cared about Pokemon since like the early 2000s.
Yeah. So one of the big things they introduced in Sun and Moon, which was the last generation, was regional forms. So there's certain Pokemon now that have their, like Vulpix and Ninetales have their like icy form now, which is I love. So in
Which
the
I'm totally fine with because that, plays into like natural selection and
yeah, and
true evolution.
true
So
evolution and shit. Yeah.
I'm cool with that element.
So in this new one, they have the Galar region, which is based on like, uh, I think it's supposed to be based on like Ireland or some shit like that.
Okay.
But they have the Galar regional ones too, which are all fucking bonkers. Like they're all like crazy, like hilarious. Like for example, they've got Wheezing, which is that one with the big ball that's got like the growth coming out of it, you know?
Yes, I know what the basic Pokemon look
Just
like.
just making sure we're on the same page here.
Now, once you start getting into the fucking Pokemon that looks like a pair of keys and a chandelier,
Klefki and Chandelure. Yeah, I know what you mean.
God damn it!
They weren't even that
Did you know
creative with
that?
the name for Chandelure. Like it's like,
No.
oh, it's a chandelier that brings in Pokemon.
Isn't there like a fucking washing machine Pokemon now or something? I don't know.
That's one of Rotom's different forms. He was introduced back in the
Oh God,
like Ruby and Sapphire.
I hate everything.
Yeah, but anyway, so Weezing has a Galar form, and it looks like fucking Doug Dimmadome.
I am the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. I'm not shitting you. It's got the mustache. It's got the fucking top hat and
Mile
everything.
high hat.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me pull that up. But anyway, so they just announced in the new one that they're making another, like a few more Galar variants for Pokemon. And like, I'm kind of excited to see what they look like because the new ones, like they actually look pretty cool, but it's like, it's funny what they do sometimes. All right. So this is Weezing of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Oh my Lord.
Right? Isn't that just everything you want out of life? Oh my God. But yeah, so I'm excited for
They
this.
really leaned into the idea of a stovetop hat.
They really did. Like holy shit. And like I get it. It's based off of Great Britain where there was a lot of pollution.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I totally get what they're going with, but
that just like when I first saw that, I laughed my ass off so hard. Like they did one for Meowth too. So Meowth
it looks like fan art.
It really does. So what they've actually done both an Alola version of Meowth and a Galar version of Meowth. Now Alola was Sun and Moon, and this is Galar is the new one. So this is what Galar Meowth looks like.
Ooh,
I absolutely adore him. It looks so ridiculous, but like it fits because
it looks like he's going to get into an argument with you about who's a better soccer team.
Exactly. And then, so they actually added a new evolution for Meowth.
Okay.
Which is weird. Like for the Galar region, they've actually added new evolutions for a couple of different Pokemon, which is great. His name's Berserker, and he looks like this.
Um,
What are your thoughts? Do you hate how they're desecrating your Pokemans?
What was the evolution of Meowth? What
Persian.
was
It was basically just the cat with the red dot on its forehead.
Right. So is that supposed to be like it's Persian?
Basically, yeah. So with the Galar region and the Alola region, they added a couple of new alternate evolutions for Pokemon.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So basically,
because all I could think about is, man, I went from like borderline inbred looking Meowth to a majestic, like supermodel Pokemon Persian.
Oh my God.
And if I evolved into what I would call a drunk alley cat after that, I would be furious.
That's basically that's the point of what it's supposed to be. And I love that. Oh my God.
So knowing that they have like different evolutions depending upon their region, I dig. But yeah, that just looks, the only difference between that and that other Meowth, it just looks like it just needs to go to the groomer and stop day drinking.
No, really, for real. Speaking of drinking, I need to get more alcohol for this week.
You need to get more.
Yeah, I've been just stocking up on the cheap shit because like I don't want to be fucking plastered, but also like it's nice to have a pretty steady buzz throughout the week or the day.
So my few times that I venture out into the real world are either for food. Well, I guess it's all food and beverage related. Um, uh, but when this all first started, I had like little house projects that I was doing. And I have always kept, since moving into this place, we had always kept like our liquor bottles on top of the refrigerator.
Right, yeah, I remember that. I heard a puppy.
That was me sneezing.
That was you sneezing? That wasn't a dog barking?
Yeah, no, that was me sneezing.
Oh shit.
Um, what you call it? So we had all our liquor, like a majority of our liquor bottles on top of the refrigerator, and Jasmine was just like, "You have to do something about this. I hate this so much." I'm like, "All right, I'll work on something." So I ordered some shelves off of Amazon and like installed them into like our pantry and stuff. That have
Nice.
now just become like a liquor shelf.
Very nice.
And when we were first putting them on and stuff, I was like, "All right, cool. You know, this looks good. You know, fits everything on here pretty nicely." Well, things have slowly started working their way back to the top of the refrigerator.
Oh, you lazy shit.
Which, no. It's not because I'm lazy. It's because since I have not been out in public and I'm not going shopping all the time like I usually do,
Right.
um, I've just been buying bottles of whiskey
Yeah.
every once in a while, and so now my entire shelf is nothing but bourbons and whiskeys.
Jesus.
It's,
Yeah, I've been sticking with like hard ciders and shit. Like
okay.
I've gone in the last like 2 weeks. I've gone through about 4 cases of either Mike's Hards or some other thing like that, and I'm just like,
I
holy
can't
shit.
do Mike's Hard anymore. They give me headaches.
That's what everybody else keeps saying, but I think because I have such a sweet tooth on the norm, like the sugar in it doesn't bother me.
I mean, maybe.
Like I think that at this point my blood sugar is about 98 to 2% blood, you know?
That's concerning.
Like I'm pretty sure like if you put a saline drip into me, the salt would just like kill me because of how much like blood sugar I've got.
So essentially, you're just like a Care Bear.
No, I'm the candy man.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me show you my hook hand. I don't have anything that looks like a hook nearby. Damn it. Here,
Well, you tried. No.
it's an X-Acto knife hand.
Well, that works.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh well, buddy. I guess it's time for us to start the day together. Well, but separate, but also together. So
So thrilled about it.
yeah, you go to work and I'll stay in your kitchen and drink all your whiskeys.
Please don't.
I'm gonna drink all your whiskey.
Don't, because then I'm just going to come home and you're a crying mess.
Fuck you. And then I'm gonna replace the whiskeys I drank with Mike's Hards. I'm just gonna funnel it into the whiskey.
It's like a cardinal sin.
Cardinals are sinners. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for listening. I've been Mark.
Wait, you have been?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be Mark anymore. I'm going back to my other personalities now.
Wait, you're not going to try going by Alan again, are you?
Fuck no. I tried that for about a month and I hated it.
You go through phases when you try to do it, and I feel like whenever you tell me you're going by a different name or something, I feel like that's your way of letting me know that you're going through like an existential crisis.
No, I am thinking about changing my name, but that's a conversation for another day.
Well, that's something you've been talking about doing forever.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with an existential crisis so much as your just association.
Daddy issues, yeah.
Yeah. That's a different crisis.
So anyway, I'm Mark.
I'm Brandon.
And we're Sleepy Boys.
This is that we are.
Continue